welcome to Homekeepers. How are you, friend? I'm so glad to be here. So glad you're there. It's going to be a great, great program. Just stay with us the whole way. How are things in your family? I was thinking the other day about the term passing the torch or passing the baton. And you know, in a Christian family, that means you're passing God's truth down to the next generation. And I thought, how grateful I am that grandparents on both sides passed the torch to my parents. They passed it to me. I passed it to my children. They passed it to their children, and now my great-grandchildren are learning God's truth. It doesn't get any better than that. I thought it might be interesting to go on to that Ancestry.com thing, you know, and see if I can find out, go back farther than my grandparents and maybe learn something there. But, well, you're saying, Arthur Lane, nobody ever passed it to me. However, it takes only one godly person to change the direction for generations to come. Don't forget that. And God could use you in that capacity. So that's the reason we are here. We want to constantly be passing on that truth along. And truth about a lot of things. Truth about health. And Deborah Ray is with me today. Come on, guys. Everybody says she's the favorite around here. And and we've got way too much to talk about, but we're going to talk about high blood pressure medicine. You want to hear that one? Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, rapid heartbeat. So we'll cover as much of it as we can. So stay with us. And I'm going to join Stephanie. We're going to make some cookies that have absolutely nothing naughty in them, no sugar or anything. And we'll see how they taste. But I again want to offer you this gorgeous, gorgeous heart bracelet. It's got the crystals on the heart and then the pearls, and it's an expandable band. And people are ordering these, so let me tell you, the supplies are limited. If you would like to have one, I would suggest you do it right now. If you use your credit card, call 1-800-229-0059 or write to me, and that gift of at least $20 covers everything. What a buy. Covers the postage and everything. Oh, and Stephanie's got hers on, so yes. Hope you'll take advantage of it while we've got them.
It's a beautiful cross.
I just love this thing, yeah. And, you know, our policy to always make something healthy when Deborah Ray's here. So.
Yes, because I think she'd be shocked and stunned if she was here other days. No.
Well, you got to mix it up. You know, we've got every kind of person in the audience, so.
Things are okay in moderation.
You mashed 3 bananas there.
3 bananas. You're going to spray the pan. Mm-hmm. This is one of those super easy, wonderfully healthy recipes that I love so much.
Because that applesauce is going to take the place of a lot of things, especially the sugar.
A cup of applesauce.
I wonder who first discovered that, because you'll find that in a lot of recipes.
Smart woman in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then this is a 1/4 cup of almond milk.
Almond milk.
This is all stuff you'd probably have at home except maybe the almond milk, but everything else I think
and
you'd
the almond
have.
milk is not expensive. And you can find it either in the dairy case or really on the shelf like that one was.
A teaspoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of vanilla.
And there are so many good, interesting things about cinnamon these days.
Yes, very good I put it in my coffee every morning.
Well,
to counteract the...
I hope I remember when I get over there to ask Deborah. Deborah, just remind me if I forget to kind of bonus up a little bit on the cinnamon thing.
And then we have 2 cups of oats. And then the recipe calls for raisins, but you don't like raisins.
Like raisins that much.
I think it would really add something to this, so we're adding some nuts.
Pecans.
Yep. That's it. You mix it up.
You know what I was thinking too? If you start your children out with this kind of sweet treat, that's what they will know.
You know what? They'll eat this, and then when they taste the other, it'll be too sweet. They won't want it, so for sure.
Oh, this is Sister Efficient here. Tell us about your breakfast you're doing now.
Oh, on Sunday afternoon, I made we made breakfast casserole last week.
Yeah, it was the vegetable bake it was called.
But I am not eating carbs, so I deleted the bread, and I did eggs, and I did red peppers and onions and mushrooms. I made a whole casserole, cut it up, bagged it, and I have breakfast for every day this week.
You baked it.
I baked it. Yep.
And then and then she brings them in a bag to the office, pops it in the
The whole thing was under $5 to make, so I have breakfast for the whole week. I don't have to worry about cooking anything in the morning, and it was a dollar a day.
Great idea. All right, these just came out of the oven. Deborah, come over here and see if you can give us your good housekeeping stamp of approval.
Oh.
And then you just...
We haven't tried these yet, so...
Right.
Oh, thank you. Oh, these look wonderful.
Just fake it, sister, if it's not good. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. Your first cup of coffee in the morning? Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. That's really good.
Uh-huh.
Raisins would really add to this.
See, I'd add like dried cranberries.
Cranberries, too.
That'd be good.
Blueberries. That's good, though.
Yeah,
So
very good.
And like I said,
Dug that.
this is your breakfast, you know. Pop a couple of them, if you're in a hurry, pop a couple of them in a baggie, go to work, get a cup of coffee, and you're set. So we call it, we think we call it the no sugar cookie,
And we have the Deborah Waite approval, so...
which is more valuable than any
Than
other
our
approval you can get on food. So,
Make this for vacation Bible
if you want this
school.
recipe, that information is coming up on your screen. And Deborah's going to join me on the parlor set. And as I mentioned before, we've got a long list of things we're going to try to cover today. So maybe just take notes on it, okay? We'll be right back.
If you would like a copy of today's recipe, please send your request along with a gift of $5 or more to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758.
Okay, it's always good to have you.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you for the cookies. Those are delicious.
Oh, they are good.
Yes.
And we'll never run out of topics, I'm sure. I was trying to think of that quote. Was it Thomas Jefferson? Who said
Thomas
that-
Alva Edison, the doctor
Edison.
of the future, will interest the patient in the care, the feeding of the human body.
And how long ago was that?
Early 1900s, I think 1910 to be exact.
And he didn't know about the drug culture coming up.
Right.
But he's being proven right, little by little.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's start at the beginning because there are millions and millions and millions of Americans on blood pressure medicine. And now some
1 in 2.
statistics come out that are a little bit concerning.
In fact, it made the front page of the Wall Street Journal. In fact, there's a whistleblower right now inside the FDA, and there was one in recent history talking about some of the diabetic medications like Avandia. This physician is very upset that the drug companies have not been forthcoming, that they're seeing with patients who take these angiotensin blocking drugs, these ARB classification of high blood pressure medicine, a 25% increased risk of lung cancer, which is considerable. Of course, patients are none the wiser for that. The prescribing physician none the wiser for it. So it goes back to the fact that when we have new drugs, just think, you're the experiment. They don't know what it means to take these drugs long term.
Yeah, you don't know anything for 20 years.
Exactly.
At least.
Exactly.
Okay, it's a $7.6 billion expenditure.
Just for that medication.
Just for that
alone.
one. Okay, now, my blood pressure is so low, I have to be careful getting out of bed or I'll get it. But, so what can people do? Because I figure high blood pressure is nothing you mess with. It needs to be tended to.
It does.
What can they do?
It does, but 90% of high blood pressure is something called essential hypertension, which means we don't know what causes it. And now there's so much research. In fact, the dietary alternatives to stop hypertension, the DASH diet, which originated from Harvard, they found that 90% of patients could control their blood sugar by losing a little weight, getting a little more fresh fruits and vegetables, something like
blood
fruit of the
pressure.
spirit. Yes, more magnesium, more potassium. They could lower their blood pressure without medication. Unfortunately, most patients go to the doctor and the first thing they do is get prescribed a medication when that DASH diet is still as applicable today.
Well, you and I have discussed before that when it comes to the cholesterol thing, and I believe it came from the drug companies, that they keep bringing down what's healthy cholesterol, and we're finding that when you get it so low, you're not getting in the brain what you need.
Same thing with high blood pressure. They have redefined those
Okay,
normals.
that was my question. Yeah,
exactly.
So
now 120/80, which most of us used to go, good, high blood pressure, is now pre-hypertension, and they want to start monitoring and actually considering medication when we know that blood pressures swing normally. What's normal for you and I, you know, I'm a 90/60 person. You must be the same. That's normal for us. And I've had, you know, people say, oh, that's too low.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we want to take something that'll raise our blood pressure.
But know that the latest research shows that if you have a stroke, and they artificially lower your blood pressure, that increases your risk of passing away by over 85%. So it can be too low, and artificially lowering blood pressure is not good for everybody.
You know, the overall rule probably for 90% of all of us is to eat right and exercise. It's just almost a no-brainer. All right, I really was interested in the information you sent me on Parkinson's, because someone very near and dear to me,
and me as well, just diagnosed.
And this talks about, this was a Tampa Tribune, is that what it was?
Right.
That there's a new exercise program.
Right. University of South Florida has a professor of neurology and motion disorders who's one of the pioneers, and in fact Florida Hospital is pioneering these exercise therapies, and they're finding an amazing difference, because we now know that Parkinson's is not this, you're going to go down, down, down. We know with Parkinson's and many neurodegenerative diseases, chronic diseases, that you can literally retrain the brain. So they're talking about virtual coaching, motion therapy, exercise therapy can help stabilize patients' balance and movements and actually retrain that brain, and perhaps...
Boy, that is exciting. You know, I had Dr. Young here last week. We haven't even aired the show yet, but he was talking about probably the same thing, rerouting.
Right.
Rerouting the brain.
In fact, recently there was an article, a good friend of mine who's the faith reporter at the Tampa Tribune did an article. There's a local physician in town, his daughter born with cerebral palsy. He actually developed a type of machine to stimulate movement. It's called the GyroStim machine. Reversed this young lady's cerebral palsy. Now Mayo Clinic is looking at it for Parkinson's disease. The Aerospace Lab is actually using it for Alzheimer's disease, because it creates motion that can retrain that brain in patients with Parkinson's disease.
Well, that's exciting.
Isn't it, though?
You know, what's on the horizon out there for things that are so sadly debilitating.
He said
Alzheimer's,
he went
Parkinson's.
down his knees, cerebral palsy, said, Lord, you know, just use me, just use me. And this came to him. He mapped out all of this, built the machine, and here his daughter with cerebral palsy is functioning, and he's helping others.
Wow. This is the kind of exercises for the Parkinson's is different. It's not like doing aerobics.
No. They actually mimic motions of the physical therapist that's doing it. They do certain voice techniques. So it's a different than going into a gym, but it helps the doctors actually retrain the brains of these people with Parkinson's disease.
It resembles a hyperbolic drama class, it says. Therapists and patients face off, mimicking one another's ways, bends, extravagant arm swings, and grand vocal statements.
Of course, the Michael J. Fox Foundation is doing amazing charity work and looking outside the box. And in fact, just recently in the Tampa Tribune, a well-known pharmacist who has a syndicated column, Joe Grayton, wrote about the Michael J. Fox Foundation funding a study on bee venom and Parkinson's, and they found amazing positive success. So now they're taking that to the next step to see what can they do.
He's amazing. I read somewhere where he was getting ready to do another series, and he's had Parkinson's for several years.
He has. He was
so
diagnosed
young.
after
Under
under
his
age
30s or something?
Exactly. Only 1 in 4 people get it under age 50. And of course, the incidence grows up dramatically as we age. But we're finding environmental factors. You know, for example, exposure to pesticides increases our risk of Parkinson's. So we're beginning to learn more as more and more people are diagnosed.
Yeah, well, he's turned it into a blessing, for sure.
Right.
This gentleman says, it's the only thing that's made an impact on my life and my disease. Now, usually somebody's diagnosed with Parkinson's, they immediately give them something that's supposed to increase dopamine.
Right.
But what are the studies on it? Does it really do that?
Well, the studies say that yes, it does work in some patients, but only work for a while because the body becomes tolerant to it. They try and use more, but there's a point that it doesn't work. So we try and look at, you know, what ways. In fact, they've used some stem cells, some brain stimulation in some patients with some success, but long-term the medication does not have a good track record with Parkinson's disease.
I can get excited hearing about stem cells because I've known two good friends who they took some of their own stem cells. This is not of an unborn child.
Or save cord blood.
They spin them around or do something and put them back in, and it's really taking care of their arthritis.
I've seen it with heart attack patients. I mean, they're really doing some very interesting thing with adult cells.
Now, isn't that just such an exciting horizon out there?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't it work for Parkinson's?
Right. To think that you can take these adult cells, put them in a dish, grow a tooth, so you don't have to have a synthetic tooth when you lose a tooth. I mean, it's just...
Oh, man, that is exciting. Anyway, this doctor says we're retraining the brain. And that's, it's really an interesting... And then a virtual coach. Is this like a DVD or?
You can actually go online. These programs now. Again, this article written up in the Wall Street Journal for Parkinson's disease patients. A virtual coach online to teach these patients movements, speech therapy, actually retraining their brain.
It just blows my mind what's out there that you don't have to spend several $100s on drugs.
Right.
I've heard people say, and you're the one who told me about CellQuest.
Yes.
You're the one.
Right.
And the wonderful testimonies that people I've interviewed, just dramatic. And people will say, well, you know, it's expensive, and then I think what they spend on drugs. My sister stood in line, you know, to get some for my brother-in-law, and she said, you know, $300, $700 is nothing, so...
You know, I once had a long-term listener to my radio show who said, you know, I know you talk about the natural alternatives to prescription medication, but she said, you're hurting my retirement because these stocks are going through the roof. That's how I'm funding my retirement. It's like, sorry, but I've had the opportunity, for example, to interview Dr. Donald Brown from Brown University and University of New Jersey. He was on the Bush Economic Council for many years. And he says the pharmaceutical model is unsustainable because it's made on people being sick and treating symptoms. He said that's just financially unsustainable.
Yeah.
So here's somebody who's brilliant in his field, a known scientist and physician, who's saying that's not the way to go.
I know, and for my answer to that lady, I would say, don't worry. There's plenty of people that are taking these things.
Right. At earlier ages than ever before.
However, your mindset, your training, it is getting traction. There's a lot, and people, and like this show that we do every month, people are really getting educated. They're getting they're getting very inquisitive about things, and it just makes more sense. Exercise the body, put the right ingredients in it, and
try what the Scripture teaches at first. If it doesn't work, you can always use the medication. But look at high blood pressure, look at high cholesterol. There are things that you can do first that are based upon what Scripture teaches us that do work, and maybe you don't have to take the medication or take less of it.
Go to that. I know Dr. Young, and you know Dr. Young is, you know, what he does gets people off of their medication. He told me one time he had a lady and there were 29 medications. And
every symptom, the doctor gave her a medication. Of course, when we take 9 or more medications, you have a 100% chance of having a condition, not because of the disease you were taking the medication for, just from the interaction of the medications. And think of all those people who are taking 9 or more medicines a year.
And I also learned from you, because I've had Pamela
Seefeld
on, boy, she was top-notch pharmacist. That's the person I'd go to if I had to take medication, because she's the one who could say, how does this work with this?
Exactly.
And she's just a little more trained that way, really, than the doctors are. Isn't that right?
Absolutely.
That's her field.
That's her field. Doctors send patients to her, so that's the kind of person that I want to go to.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, we bring you the best around here. All right. I'm going to just call it rapid heartbeat. What do you call it? Atrial
fibrillation, or irregular heartbeat. It's a lot more common these days.
And natural blood thinning. What is that?
That is the fact that when we have an irregular heartbeat, sometimes that heart can skip a beat, miss a beat, and the blood stops for just a minute, which puts us at an increased risk for a clot, i.e. a heart attack or a stroke. And there are natural ways to deal with that, with so many more people dealing with that, and the unfolding evidence that even antibiotics, just this past March, the FDA issued an alert that Zithromax, which is a popular antibiotic, can cause a very deadly form of irregular heartbeat. So it's a matter of that you may be prescribed a medication for an irregular heartbeat, a medication to help thin the blood so that it doesn't slow and produce a clot and put you at a risk for a heart attack or a stroke, but there are other ways to look at irregular heartbeats.
Well, that's interesting, because an antibiotic isn't something you stay on for a long time. So if you have it for sure, it must be a very powerful drug.
How does an antibiotic impact the electrical activity of the heart? That just blows my mind. That what don't we know about the side effects of these medications? That maybe the medication is good, but at what risk? Weigh the benefits versus the risk. Nobody can tell you it's one right way. You have to find out. Let the Spirit lead you. What's right for you?
So. If they have the condition, maybe from an antibiotic or something else, then what do you do in the more natural realm to?
Magnesium and potassium are the two well-known. We know when we have electrolyte imbalances, and some patients who are brittle diabetic have these electrolyte imbalances, that for some patients, simply just taking an extra aliquot of magnesium a day. We used to talk about that ounce of magnesium citrate, 2 tablespoons of magnesium, 200 milligrams of elemental magnesium is enough to avert or even prevent an irregular heartbeat in a lot of patients, so they don't get the clot, so they don't need the medication.
But if they are discovered to have it, is there some kind of medication they usually give them?
There are anti-arrhythmic medications. If you and I were in Europe and had an irregular heartbeat, they would use hawthorn, first of all. If you and I went to Dr. Young, he would use actually magnesium intravenously to correct this irregular heartbeat.
What is hawthorn? It's
an herb.
Yeah.
But well used. In fact, it's the #1 prescribed herb for irregular heart rhythms in Europe, because they go to herbs first, medications second.
I didn't know that. So if that doesn't work, they'll consider medication?
Right, because in Europe, they don't have the money that we spend on medication and medicine in this country. In fact, if you had a heart attack in Europe, they would prescribe fish oil as the very first prescription for you in Europe or any other country.
And overall,
on the planet.
what are their statistics?
Of course.
Just as good as ours?
Exactly. They live longer, of course. The French, the Italians, the Swiss all live longer and live better than we do in this country.
Well, one thing I think, too, with Americans, it's the entree, the meat. And in other countries, it might be more of just
2/3 fresh fruits and vegetables, then 1/3 of the plate is your carbohydrate and your protein.
I read some pretty conclusive information that prostate cancer is very much connected to red meat. And you know, American men, they like their steak and all. So
hamburgers, yes.
we have about 3 or 4 minutes left, and this was in, what's today? This is in yesterday's paper. And this is about a doctor in Clearwater. I think she's a neonatologist whose husband has Alzheimer's. And I remember the first story, it came out in 2008.
Yes.
Where this lady started giving, and she's a doctor, like I said, started giving him coconut oil.
Right.
And the results were just really dramatic.
Right. Alzheimer's is not a death sentence. There is hope. That brain is 60 to 80% fat, and so when we change the fats to these good fats, again, you know, we can retrain that brain in so many instances. So here he continues to do
the
well.
article stated that she started out with the medication for him that's
Right.
kind of a normal thing, but really didn't help that much.
Right.
And I don't remember why she thought of the coconut oil, but coconut oil, olive oil, avocados,
Right.
those are all good for your brain, right?
Right. Balance of 3, 6, and 9, which are the omega fats, and we need some of each, a balance of each to keep our brains healthy.
And the truth is that the statin drugs, which are your cholesterol drugs, block that
Right.
good fat from getting, it really messes with the liver. It's the liver process, the fats and...
Right. Liver actually produces cholesterol, this hormone precursor. So when you stop making cholesterol, in fact, the National Health Service in Great Britain, because their records are on computers, now finds more Alzheimer's, more neurodegenerative brain diseases with patients taking these statin drugs.
Is that right? So
Right.
they have what we're fighting against is this huge database, but in Europe, they know everything about you, I guess.
Right.
I would probably prefer that they don't have me in a database like that. But however, that's some pretty solid information when it comes to medicine. So.
Right, because I recently met a physician, NASA physician for many years. He was given cholesterol medication as part of his regular routine physicals for being a NASA scientist. He's an MD. He got global amnesia, as many people do using these statin drugs, and now he's developed ALS, and they're finding much higher rates
Oh,
of
my word.
ALS in Great Britain because they're using these statin drugs and tracking these patients.
Okay, we are out of time, but the purpose for this program with her is just to stimulate your interest and go online and learn things and be in control of your own health. I think that God can give you direction. You get all the information you can and go from there, because my Bible says the Lord wants you healthy. And you got to do something to make that happen. We are out of time, though. Join me next time, remembering there's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you would like a video copy of today's Homekeepers program for just $19.95, call 1-800-229-0059 for credit card orders, or send a gift of at least $19.95 to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758. Be sure to note the program number which appears on your screen.
Are you looking for a common sense approach to better health?
I'm Dr. Richard Becker, and this is my wife, Cindy.
Watch Your Health weekdays here on CTN Christian Television Network.
Your Health features daily health news, holistic health experts, insight into dietary supplements, and on-air answers to your health calls.
And join me in the kitchen as we make healthy foods to restore your health and vitality.
That's weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, right here on CTN.
When I was 16, I was in a bad car accident, and the doctors told me I would never stand again. Somehow, I knew I would. Progress has been slow, but family, friends, and strangers all started to pray for me.
Whether you need support in a tragedy or just to make it through a bad day, prayer can make a difference. America, let's come together by believing with each other.
For someone to come alongside you and say, I'm going to believe with you, it means a lot.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Marilyn Hickey, and I'm so excited about being on CTN again. And our program today with Marilyn and Sarah, listen to this, will be on every weekday morning at 7 a.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, the early bird gets the word. Get up, get the word, let the word absolutely transform your day. That's what the word can do. It can change any circumstances. See you.
God's love, elevating, energizing, impacting.